guys, and welcome to Smells Like Teen Angst, and we are here to talk about Gossip Girl, Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah, we did it! And as always, I am here with the wonderful, incomparable Shawn and Keiki. Shawn, introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Shawn from Lost in the Reel. You can find me at Lost in the Reel on YouTube, where I talk about movies and TV, and I love talking about Gossip Girl with these lovely ladies.
Yeah, Keiki.
Yay! I'm Keiki, and you can always find me here. That's about it.
Last week's episode was crazy. This week's episode is crazy. So I'm gonna just start this off with an apology of my psycho notes because so much happened and all was interwoven together, and I'm just gonna figure out how to talk about this. This is
beautiful.
That's what we're gonna do.
Let's do it.
Sounds great. So this episode opens with Julian and my newfound favorite Obie in bed together.
Their chemistry is on fire.
Their chemistry is incredible. And maybe that's what it is that pulls me in because it's so good.
Yeah. It wasn't that way last season, though.
No. So I'm into it. So I think they're secretly getting back together, but they're probably not going to tell anyone for a little while. And then Gossip Girl sends him a message about his mom, basically being like, I'm ready. Sorry about that. My bad. Audrey and Max are working together to try to help Keiki through her depression for everything that happened in the last episode at the luncheon and her line getting stolen and Jessica not only stealing her husband, but her life. This poor woman has gone through so much.
She has.
But Audrey and Max have a plan. They're hoping to sue her so they can prove that these are her mother's designs and defamation and all this stuff. And Max already had his dad get an injunction put together for this pop-up that Jessica's apparently doing. And of course, Audrey forges her mother's signature, which I thought was going to come back around, but it doesn't. You know, it was a very odd point, but I was like, oh, they're going to get in trouble for that? No. Also, a fun thing, Aki's hair, blondish hair is coming out again. The pink's going away, and I like it.
It is. Wait, you like it?
I actually do. I think it's better blonde than that weird pink.
It's so funny, seeing him throughout this season. It keeps growing back, and I feel like they keep trying to shave it, and then he goes back, and then it keeps growing out again.
Yeah.
I was like, Babe's going to need a new look because he cannot handle this.
He can't. Yeah.
Y'all can't keep up with his hair growth.
No.
Too quick.
Yeah. And there's this TriBeCa Film Fest is going on. And please tell me if I have forgotten an incomplete Aki storyline. Did we ever know that he was into film and being a director?
At the beginning of the
and the very beginning of the
about it.
Okay, so this is just something they dropped. Yeah, that they dropped completely because they fully focused on his father and the throuple.
Yeah.
How stupid, because this is great.
It is. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. We meet Aki has a new friend at the TriBeCa Film Festival. She's there as a director and higher up, and he's there as an usher, and which I think is so cool. But because he's working with Audrey in this drama with her mother and Max and all this, he misses out on all these great opportunities for himself and his dreams. And I think Blim reminding him who he is and who he wants to be is so good because we liked Aki from the beginning, and then Aki and Max were so strong as characters and interesting people, and then they threw them in this relationship together and ruined them.
Yes. And made them boring.
And so I love that they're doing this and they're hinting at ending this throuple, and I couldn't be more thrilled.
Mm-hmm. Hallelujah. I'm so happy. And to just get another side of Aki and to see what he's passionate about and what drives him, and that these two are not there for him for the thing that he loves the most. It really rang true for me. And this whole storyline, I think, is fantastic.
And he shines in this too. The light is in his eyes throughout this entire thing. And I'm just there he is. This is who Aki always needed to be. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Keiki, you're about to say something when I started talking.
I said I want to say that it's really great to see something that's about him.
Yes.
Because for his entire existence, I swear it's been about the people around him. It's been about Audrey. And we are so exhausted of Audrey. And we know it. Like,
yes.
We get it. There's some struggle in your life. But I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think this episode is the episode about like taking those side characters that we've loved and actually giving them really great storylines.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's who's on next on my list, but I need to finish Aki real quick because he got the opportunity to be a moderator for some directors that he loves, and Max and Audrey were supposed to show up and didn't. Which, like you guys were just saying, they're not showing up for him. How could you not show up for that?
Well, and they're like wrapped up in the drama with Keiki and the pop-up and everything, but they're just sitting there like eating frozen yogurt and like talking about wanting to be there, but not. Like that shows just what kind of people they are.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're very much about themselves. They're like, are we being bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
But who cares?
I feel kind of guilty, but it's fine. Like Audrey even says she feels guilty and shows Max the text message, and they're like, oh no, there's nothing we can do.
Oh, too bad. We're wrapped up in drama. We can't.
I hate that about them. I hate that.
I know, but that's who Max has always been, though. Like, and so, like, that's this throuple ruined him, and now he's becoming who he used to be, and I can't wait. And then Lim kisses Aki after this, and totally pumps him up. It's like, you were so amazing. This is amazing, you know. And she tells him like how bad his partners are for him, and that if they really gave a shit, they would have been there. And of course, Zoya sees this whole thing, and she's like, "What do I do?"
What did I see?
Okay, wait. Can someone explain to me, like, Zoya and Shan's purpose of
they have none now.
They don't have a purpose. No, not right
okay.
now.
They don't have one. You want to talk about them real quick, and then we'll pop back up to
later.
later.
Floating around
like,
doing.
What is Zoya and Shan doing here?
Looking for Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
What? Like, so like they're doing this like video with Julian to squash any cat fight rumors, like this whole thing, like, and like Julian's like, block Gossip Girl, take her down in order to like try and take this power away with Zoya. And then she and Shan, like Shan feels guilty for ditching Zoya a couple episodes ago. Like that was insane. Like Shawn, we said that we thought that was so out of character. Like that whole thing with her of Shan making out with that boy and then ditching Zoya, like that doesn't track with anything.
No, it doesn't, because she has always been a loyal friend to Zoya, and she was the one that pressured her to go out to Philly for that rave, and then for her to just disappear, like that was so bizarre of Shan. And I feel like she's been out of character ever since.
Yeah. It's so strange. So like she feels guilty for leaving her, so she takes her to TriBeCa to try and take down Gossip Girl, to hunt down freaking Lady Gaga and do a video with her. Like none of this makes sense at all. And she's like, the whole thing is because Gaga's friends. She thinks Gaga's friends with Blair, so like Blair would have obviously told her about Gossip Girl back in the day. I was like, that's a lot of assumptions.
Yes,
ma'am.
I mean, Lady Gaga, she is a woman of the people. But I don't know if she's going to go talk about Gossip Girl.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine though if the show got Lady Gaga? That'd be such a get.
That would be amazing. I would not do that.
And then in order to find her some more, they try to sneak into the after party and they get arrested. Like, that's their whole storyline this episode. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the worst part of the episode.
It's because Lady Gaga was in a Gossip Girl episode back in the day.
Was she at a party or something?
Yes.
Back in the day. She like performed Disco Stick, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Just Dance?
It was old school Lady Gaga. That's why. It was like Blair's party or something.
It's like how they had Charlie XCX.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a weird casual throwback to an old Gossip Girl episode because she's besties with Blair because she was on an episode for like a decade ago.
Exactly. And I mean, if you came up to me and brought up something I did 10 years ago and tried to pull a favor because of that, I'd laugh you off the face of the earth. Like,
no,
like, absolutely not. Like,
it's so dumb.
It's so dumb. And it's ridiculous too. Like, I met Harry Styles 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Does that mean I still know Harry Styles? Absolutely not. It was 10 years ago. He was still in One Direction.
Could you imagine if you went up to Harry Styles like, hey, do you remember I was your escort at the AMAs and like the elevator together? No?
No, dude, it's 10 years ago. No,
it's so dumb. But to a lovely storyline, because holy shit, we finally learned something about Luna's life.
Yes.
It only took over almost 2 seasons.
Yeah.
All we ever knew was that her mother was gone. Like, we don't know anything about her parents. We know she lives with her grandmother, right? And like, we're like, cool, that's all we know about her. And she wants to do PR. The end. But instead, we see her. She hooked up with that hot boy she met at the luncheon who was like stalking her the whole time. I was like, good for you, girl. And I love that the grandma's like, can you close the door, though? Next time. That's fine. I just thought that was so funny. And she finds out that this boy has like an aunt who is a partner at an agency, like a PR agency that she wants to be a part of. And he's like, yeah, I'll introduce you. It's going to be great. And she gets this opportunity to style someone at a movie premiere through this guy and through this agency to kind of like prove herself, which I think is so cool. And then they put her and Monet together to be her assistant, because what else is Monet doing?
Well, not just anyone. Can we talk about the fact that it's Julia Fox? You know,
yes.
Use Julia Fox. Like, I thought it was so funny.
It was great.
I was like, that's cute. And so we meet Luna's mother, who is garbage, just like the rest of the parents. Her mother is an actress who is starring in this movie and apparently has been in town this whole time and didn't tell her daughter. And then her mother casually drops that her father has an Oscar. So I don't know what that means. If that means her father's also an actor or director or producer. It could be anything.
Right.
But we just know that they're very powerful in the entertainment industry. And her mother, when she tells her, oh, I'm going to be styling her, her mom's like, you should be styling me. And completely crushes this opportunity for her. And then when she shows up, she doesn't even let Luna style her. And I'm like, what is in your head?
She's a terrible garbage human.
Exactly. But then also, what is in Luna's head for jumping straight to her mom?
But you can see it. Like, why? Like, Luna has obviously always just like wanted to have some kind of parental, figure in her life besides her grandma. And her mom's here, and her mom's finally giving her some notoriety and saying, like, please style me. Like, I would do it. Like, I would turn into Luna all of a sudden, like crumble under everything and just be like, yes, of course I'll do it. Because you want to like be there for your parent.
Yeah. And she's like, it's my dream. Her dream was to do this for her. And so she feels like she's getting the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because why would she not think otherwise at this point?
That. But there was like a point after the whole non-styling fiasco at the after party where her mom's like, or where her mom said something about like, you told me to change my last name to not like come up, using your name. And then she was like, oh, that's smart. And she's like, it was your idea. Like, it's the mother who said to do that.
Oh, Monet. So, it's a conversation she has with Monet. Monet is like reminding her.
Yeah. So it's like, that's a first hand clue that like your mom doesn't want attachment to you.
Yeah.
This validation you're seeking, like, let it go.
I don't think that it matters though, Keeks. Like, I feel like if you have a parent and if you have any glimpse or any like kind of reach towards your parent that you haven't seen in over a year or more, to kind of be there for them. Like, I don't know, like, I think you're going to take it. So like, I see why Luna.
I could see myself doing that. I just think it was really hard for me to see the person on this show with the world's best advice falling for a trap like that. Like, I was like,
the people who give the best advice never take their own advice.
True. So true.
I hear you.
It just is what it is. And we learned that like her mom basically dumped her on her grandma and a maid when she was 9. And she and Monet, like, this is the moment where Monet actually shows her like true color. I think her true colors in friendship with Luna when having that conversation you were talking about, and tells her to just stop dimming her own light for this woman.
Yeah.
You know, and it's time for you to step into your power and show her who you are because she underestimates you.
Mhm.
And I thought that was like a really great moment. So then when Luna rolls up at this red carpet,
yes, and she looks so good.
She looks so good. And she's like, and Monet comes out and she's like, here's her daughter, Luna. And I'm just like, yes, bitch, you better walk across that stage with your announcement and stands with her. And her mom is upset.
Yes, as she should be.
Exactly. She played escort. She played assistant. She let them know.
Mm-hmm. It's so, so, so good. And then her mother, in retaliation, puts them on the do not allow in list at the after party.
Oh.
And then you see this like another, like Luna has such lovely moments. She had that lovely moment with Monet, and now she has this lovely moment with her abuela in the car, who's just like sitting there waiting. And she's giving her advice, and then, you know, grandma's let secrets slip every now and again. And like Luna learns this crazy secret that her father also went along with. And then her mom has this terrible, like, fake forgiveness thing when Luna comes barging in, storming into this party. And her mom's like, I never wanted a daughter because I knew this is who I would become. And so then I had a son and I still ended up having a daughter, is like the whole conversation. She's like, I still ended up here and I wanted to protect you from myself. I'm like,
wait, I missed that part.
Did you?
I mean, I saw this scene, but I missed her say, did they actually bring up the fact that that Luna's trans?
Yes, they kind of casually gloss over it because her mom had her. And then when Luna, I'm assuming around 9 years old is when Luna started to present differently.
Okay.
You know, so because they have always, like, Luna is a trans woman on the show.
Yeah.
And like, as well as in real life. And so this was the moment where her mom acknowledges it. And she's like, and I have no problem with it. However, I have a problem with the fact that I have a daughter myself because I never wanted to have this rivalry. And I knew having a daughter, I would have this rivalry. So I got rid of you.
Which is what her abuela said, is like she always looks at any kind of woman as a threat.
Yeah.
Even her own daughter.
Yeah.
So she's like, so her mom thought she was safe and then realized she wasn't. And she got rid of her.
Wow.
To protect her. And I just thought, whoa.
That's heavy.
Heavy. But yeah, go back and watch that scene, Shawn, because it was good.
It's heavy, but no one ever alludes to that type of woman in television. So I was like, thank you, because not every woman out here is supporting other women. Yeah. There are a lot of women out here who don't like other women, you know?
That's fair.
See women as competition. And I'm sure men have the same issue too, you know? Mm-hmm. But in television, especially in the last decade, it's very much become let's present girls as if we're all besties and girl power and equalization of the sexes. And it's like, some girls just hate girls.
Yeah. It's a good point, Keeks.
Mm-hmm. And that was a huge confession for her mom. It wasn't an apology. No. And I appreciate it wasn't an apology because it would have been fake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was much more an information giving. And Luna decides to send Gossip Girl something about her mother, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Julian is back on top after this fashion fiasco, which I'm just like, okay. However, she is shunned still by Audrey and Aki. And she confronts Jessica about the lies that got posted on Gossip Girl about her stealing everything. And then Jessica works her ego. Jessica works Julian like a fiddle. You know what I mean? Like so easily.
I'm not gonna lie though, what she says about like, this is just high school. They bring up high school drama a lot in this episode. Like, this is just high school drama. You're going to get over it. And like, she's going to get over it in a week. And then look at all the things you're going to have. Like, it was actually a pretty good, you know, convincing of Julian, I think.
Yeah. I mean, she's just stating facts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I do like that we're kind of setting up that we're going to stop with the high school drama and throw in some real, actual issues.
Yes.
Because I'm not here to watch kids in high school have issues. This isn't Degrassi. This is Gossip Girl.
No, we love Degrassi. Let's not shun Degrassi.
Oh, no, I love Degrassi. Look,
we love
it.
Degrassi, but Degrassi is Degrassi. Gossip Girl is glitz and glam and money and real messy drama.
It's exactly.
Keep it
messy. Devilish drama.
Was this the episode that opened with the throwback line of like of the Upper East Side elite? Was that this episode or was that last episode where I'm feeling?
I think
it was this one.
Was it this one? Because she's like, I'm feeling a little nostalgic. And it like opened up.
It
like
was this episode.
It was this one? Yeah. Opened up like an OG Gossip Girl. And that set the tone that like we're finally, like it just seems like the creator and the writers have realized they can't keep fighting this anymore. And they have to like stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just give it to us with these new people they've created for us.
Yes.
And I'm just like, yeah.
I love it all.
I love it all. And I love that like Audrey's dad is taking photos in the back of the two of them talking.
He's such a little bitch boy.
Such a bitch. But also, I love that like throughout this episode, we're seeing that Gossip Girl will always have her hold on people.
Yeah.
It cannot be shut down by Julian. Everyone is still sneaking right back to Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Because they can't not. And then you have Obie who like gets himself involved in Julian and Audrey's drama, which he always was like, don't ever drag me into this. And he's like, look, old me wouldn't have done it, but I think this matters. You guys are friends. And like Audrey writes back immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look at Obie trying to be a good boyfriend and trying to like help a girl out. Monet is still very jealous of Julian. And I feel like if they do keep going in this Audrey-Julian rivalry route, Monet is going to go over there.
To Audrey?
To Audrey. Because she's so jealous. She's like she's invisible again. She said that to herself now that Julian's back on top. She's like, where's my stuff? Where, because Julian's getting all these deals and these offers again. And she's like, what about me?
I don't think that Monet would go anywhere without Luna. And I feel like Luna is always going to be on Julian's side. So Monet is going to have to be forced to be on Julian's side.
But they did when Monet was becoming the bad girl. Luna was still with Julian. She didn't follow her.
That's
and
true.
She got her own new minions.
She got her own minions. She farmed it out.
Yeah.
But where are those minions now?
Girl, I don't know. They got rid of them. They were like, bye. They were done. And I like the student body has fully turned on her. And I'm just like, dang, like people are tripping her. People like they put like dirty, diapers or something.
I thought they were uniforms.
With the dirty uniforms in her, like
because remember locker? She was all like the uniform police.
Oh yeah. So okay, they were uniforms.
People just like wearing lax clothes to school again.
Yeah. So Monet is getting lost and she's getting pissed. Yeah. So if they do split, I think it'll be Audrey and Monet.
I don't see any connection between Audrey and Monet. Like, do they have any sort of connection with each other?
Not yet, but that doesn't mean they won't.
It's true. Very true.
So we'll see. This is just me, right? I don't know.
Right.
Making guess. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
You never know.
I'm just guessing. This Audrey-Julian rivalry feeding the fuel to the fire. Keep going. She's still going. Audrey makes Julian promise to stay away from Jessica and her dad forever. And of course she doesn't because she goes to the pop-up to confront them. And then she sees that a Gossip Girl post from Jessica being like, oh, look at the inspiration. Come get the Julian and she'll be at my pop-up with the photo of her at the pop-up. And I'm just like, oh, Kate.
So bad.
I'm just like, dang. And now like the injunction won't work anymore because of it, because if she didn't steal the rest of the designs, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And then Audrey's like, no, Julian, you should go co-host the pop-up. You get to clear my mother's name. And like Julian's like, do I get to do it any way possible? She's like, yes, by any means possible. And then I just love that Max is like, wait, what about your revenge? And she's like, why can't I have both?
Ooh.
She's like, why can't I have redemption and revenge, Max?
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, shit. So before we get to the pop-up drama, let's talk about Kate and Gossip Girl a little bit. So she is scheming and trying to continue stoking the fire between Audrey and Julian, as well as trying to help Obie, because she invites him to like a Harvard mixer, but his mother has to be there. So it's her way of helping him and helping Gossip Girl, trying to use those documents to take her down, which I thought was really smart.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's good. Jordan feels super guilty for sleeping with Georgina, which I think is so funny. But also feels really concerned about Kate because now she's spinning stories and meddling in lives. And he threatens her to stop, but then instead has a teacher intervention. And I was like, oh, welcome back, guys.
I know, old teachers.
I love this little moment.
They still live.
They're alive. They're around. I was like, I love it. And I love, like, she completely teacher logicked them. And she's just like, look, they learn their behavior from their parents. So we have to go after the parents. And she cuts a deal with all of them that giving her a month in order to make Gossip Girl more tangible and lasting change. You know, like creating tangible and lasting change. And they like, I just loved this because she worked them so hard. Yes. And they agreed.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. I just thought it was so good. I was like, good job, Kate.
I mean, but also I was like, and here's proof that Kate has the ability to spin the story, and she's going to do this by any means necessary. Mm-hmm. There is some life left in her yet.
Yes, there is.
There is. There is. So let's talk about this pop-up. Jessica's pop-up that Julian is supposed to fix. Julian's plan is to do another live Stop the Story with Keiki at the pop-up with pre-approved questions from Audrey. And you shockingly say yes. I'm like, this is a terrible plan. This is the real plan.
So full of terrible ideas, this woman.
I know. But then some other things start happening at this pop-up. The price tags are insane. Dresses are like $3,000, $1,300, crazy prices. The sizes aren't inclusive like they were supposed to be. And this influencer calls Julian out. And, you know, protesters start showing up and calling it fast fashion and saying that the clothes are made in a sweatshop. And then they throw paint on them like they're wearing fur.
I love this because it's definitely it's so like it mirrors real life. You know, everyone's been doing the throw the paint on all the paintings in the museums because of global warming, and we've seen this before, like with PETA and stuff. So I think that was an interesting idea. And I loved that the dad, it seemed like Audrey's dad seemed to be the one that was maybe setting up the manufacturing of these garments, because he's like, no, not Cambodia or wherever they said it was made in.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Me too.
Yeah. But also who made these prices so high if they were only supposed to be $298? Like,
that was like Audrey and Max. That's what they were doing. That's part of their scheme.
I guess they didn't show us them doing it. So I'm just like,
I didn't catch that. Yeah, no.
How did they get access?
I don't know, girl. This is part of that suspends your belief a little bit. That we have to do.
We do.
So they had someone on the inside, or they broke in. Change the price tags.
Take away.
They had someone take out the larger sizes, and nothing above an 8 was on the floor. Mm-hmm. In order to, because this was their whole plan. Because if Julian is involved in this pop-up, then Julian gets in trouble for these things as well. Mm-hmm. Julian promised that this dress shop would be inclusive with inclusive sizing, and everything was supposed to be affordable with a couple $100s of these dresses. And then the big piece de resistance, according to Max, was the protesters at the end throwing paint on Julian as well, because she's now involved in a company that uses a sweatshop.
Yeah.
So this was Max and Audrey's entire plan.
And that was dirty, but it was good.
Mm-hmm. It was. And they got Julian where it actually hurts her, which is her livelihood.
Her brand.
And her brand. And it shows you just how done Audrey really is with her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because when Julia comes out to confront Audrey about it, she freaking loses it. Because she apparently didn't know any of the plan, which obviously she didn't talk to Julian about it. She just gave Julian permission to do whatever she wanted. And she's losing her shit about the fact that she invited Keiki to come.
Yeah.
And she's just like, and she just says something so evil. And I wrote it down. It's like, you can't fix other people's families because yours is bad.
Yeah.
And I was like,
whew.
Damn.
Audrey's turning malicious.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
And then we see Keiki walking down the street, seeing the chaos and taking it in and enjoying it, as she should.
Yeah.
Good for her.
As she should. Kiki's. Oh, girl. Yeah. So let's talk these buttons and cliffhangers, because that was most of the storyline. Jordan and Kate have the most awkward non-kiss moment I have ever seen.
Painful it was.
It was like they said action and then took too long to ring the phone. You know what I mean? Like someone was like, it's just not going through. It's not going through. You can see the PA in the back. I swear I pushed the button. You know what I mean?
It was really bad.
It was strange.
It was so weird.
Or maybe they just don't have any chemistry at all.
Maybe it was supposed to be strange. I don't know. The entire time I was like, what was it?
Yeah, that was painful.
What was that? They read Luna's message together. And it says that the Mexican starlet is from Madrid. So she is Hispanic, but she is not Latina, and she is pretending. And so this is a huge cancellation moment for her mother, pretending to be a different culture than she is just because she's passing. And
yeah, this was a moment for sure. And I loved when Gossip Girl, she read it out loud, like, so says her daughter. And I was like, ooh, like straight from Luna's mouth,
giving up my source.
Yeah.
Basically, I feel like Luna said, and you can use my name.
Yes.
She put that on the end.
I'm on the record, baby. Okay.
Cite me. It's fine. And then, Luna leaves the festival and she runs into the PR boy who apologizes for not really acknowledging her while she was there or even introducing her to his aunt. And she's like, it's fine. And then she just kind of lets him go. And I'm like, she's got to deal with what she just did. She's got her own little life. She doesn't need your drama, sir.
Yeah.
So I was a little sad about that, but then I'm also kind of glad they're not going to just throw her into a relationship with someone and that we're going to actually
totally
explore her as a character. That's what I'm excited
This episode just makes me think how much better it would be if Luna was the main character and Julian wasn't.
Girl, right?
No offense, Julian. We love you too. But Luna just to me is the bread and butter of this show. She's smart, she's conniving, she's glamorous. She's all the things that I love about Gossip Girl that I've been missing. And she's been the only little touch that we've had. And then we're getting it now, but now we're getting Luna's backstory. And I love it. I love her character.
I do too. I
do. I love it. I did not want her mom to be so visceral. And I am very, 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 very curious to know who's going to be her daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's
I wonder if we're going to get him
Oscar winner.
Oscar winner. Father.
Winner, father. So hopefully daddy gives me the goodness because bad parents are in abundance on this show.
It's true.
Facts.
But not just bad, but cruel.
But that's the point, right? That's now Gossip Girl's MO is to take down the parents and use the kids.
They're the ones that made these little monsters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And speaking of little monsters, Audrey's entire plan blew up in her face, and Keiki is now being blamed for creating the chaos at the pop-up.
Yeah.
And she runs home to be with her mom, and her mom has her bags packed, and she's like, I'm going back to the facility. I need to take care of myself. And I'm just like, goodbye, Keiki.
That was a gut punch.
It really was. And so now Audrey is left alone with Max and Aki, who is standing there looking like he's done and ready to go.
Cut the cord, baby. He's about to cut the cord.
He's done, and
I don't blame Aki though. Like their behavior in this episode, and like how he has all these aspirations, and he's being pulled down by all of these people in their drama. And that might not be a super interesting storyline for this show, but like I don't blame him for wanting to cut the cord on these two because they are nothing but drama, and he could make a name for himself.
Yeah, I agree. It's time.
It's time. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. And be gone, Thruple. Be gone.
Be gone, Thruple. Exactly. We're done with you. God, it's been so boring. Julian has a realization that she needs to go to war with Gossip Girl, and it's time to find out who she is. Yes.
But Obie doesn't like that.
No, because Obie still wants to
in cahoots with Gigi.
Yeah, to take down his own mother, which he needs to do. And then while he's writing a message to Gossip Girl to warn her, bro gets jumped.
I know.
Do you think it's someone that his mom sent?
I do. I think it's his mother.
Yeah.
I think it's his mom trying to get him out the country.
Yep. Look how unsafe New York is. You need to leave the country.
I mean, leave the country, or is it just a warning?
I don't know.
You know?
But this was a great cliffhanger.
It really was when that went down. Jordan and Kate sleep together after that awkward kiss at BT Dubs. And we see Monet hug her mother, and they have a lovely little moment together. And then Mrs. DeHaan rolls up to Kate's house and like tells her that after Monet was canceled and after some other Gossip Girls things, like Monet has finally started listening, being a good daughter, has shown up and shown me respect and gave me a hug tonight. And she tells Kate that she is willing to help her and the teachers share insight on these kids and her daughter in order to help keep them in line. And I'm
I love it. Also, anything to keep Camille in this story. Camille's her name, right?
Camille DeHaan is incredible.
Oh my God. She is the best thing about this show. Sorry, not like Luna too, but Camille, I love this woman. She's
out of the parents,
so evil.
The best.
Oh,
out of the parents, yes.
Yeah.
By far my favorite parent because she's cutthroat, you know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we landed on two, like Obie getting jumped and Mrs. DeHaan, like Camille getting into cahoots with Kate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang.
I'm ready for more, baby.
Oh, next week is the finale, you guys.
Then it's over.
It took a season and a half for us to get here. Do you hear us? We haven't complained once in the last few episodes.
I know, but it feels so weird, especially with things being like Rocky at HBO Max. Like, no. This show can't get good and then just end.
No, it can't. Yeah, like everyone needs to rally. If you are a Gossip Girl fan, you guys need to rally around this show because we need to keep it on. If the creators and the writers are on board like they are right now, and they're going to continue this streak, like let's make this season 3 happen.
Oh my gosh, make season 3 happen. Do not cancel this show right now.
Yeah, not where it's at. No. Mm-mm.
No, it's too good now. They figured it out.
Yeah.
It took a while.
It
took a long while.
And by far, I would not give any other show on television this many episodes.
No.
To get good.
Look what we've done.
Our love for the original. And I think we all saw glimpses of brilliance in this show from the beginning, but none of it came together. And now it's like all the puzzle pieces are fitting together.
Yeah. It took a really long time to build this world. It took Georgina Thanos snapping it back in place.
Yes.
And now we're on a level.
Yes.
We can't go down from here, guys.
No. Do not take this show from me, HBO Max. Do not.
Mm-mm.
Not yet. They deserve a season 3 to wrap this shit up.
At least wrap it up. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
We can get off our soapbox now.
But that's all I've got for episode 8. Is there anything I missed that you guys want to talk about?
No, I think we're good.
My gosh, you guys. Finale.
Finale.
I can't believe they didn't even take a winter break. HBOMax was just like, we are going to run this show. We're going to build this up. We're going to make sure people watch it. So,
well, I think it was a huge mistake doing that break in
that weird
season
2-parter thing. Yeah,
because people lost interest, and I think they probably lost a lot of the viewership in the second part. So, and then it took a year? I feel like it's been a year since they started this season again now. So I think they've really done the show a disservice in how they've released it. So I like that they've just like, let's do like a normal show and release it week by week. Thank you.
Thank you. And good night. Exactly. Like, yeah, amazing. Well, then we will see all of you next week for this finale. Do not let us down.
Yes.
Until then, Shawn, where can people find you?
You guys, you can find me on Lost in the Reel on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok, where I talk about movies, TV, hidden gems, and the Oscars, all of that good stuff. So I'll see you there.
Keiki!
You can find me here. I'm always here. Smelling like teen angst.
Always here. Same as we're all here. That's gonna be a TikTok. I'm making it. It's happening.
No, I'm tired. Don't do that.
Well, then until next week, guys. We will see you then.
We'll see you guys.